Welcome back to CubeCon. Justin Parnell, Jonathan Brostoff. We are almost ready to play out the top 8. You show them the trophy. Show them what they're playing for.
Look at this bad boy. Woo! It's a cube for the cube.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing. And it even has CubeCon 2022 right on here. Oh, yeah. Ernesto gets it.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, while they're playing for this, every competitor got this amazing play mat. You guys can see this. This is a silver foil playmat. It looks
amazing.
Incredible. That's not the only playmat. There's one special one for the winner.
You get one special one. Look at that.
Gold, baby.
Isn't that amazing?
CubeCon champion to go along with that trophy.
Huge shout out to Mythic Gaming for helping us with those. They came out fantastic.
They are fantastic.
They're beautiful. And not only that, every single person who got one is part of history. The first CubeCon ever.
There'll never be another first.
Never first. Yep, never another. And okay, we're looking like we're getting ready to go. We're shuffling up.
I think we are. I think we want to talk about the decks a little bit.
Yes.
Before we start the game. Before we start the game. So we have Caleb Durward. Caleb played a little bit different of a deck than we might have been expecting.
Oh yeah, you can say that again.
So Caleb notably not playing the Entomb.
Nope.
Not playing the Urza.
Nope.
Is actually opting for more of a mid-range deck.
Yes.
Really leaning on this interaction of the removal that he got late, a lot of the black cards, Hostage Taker, Ashiok, both the pieces of spot removal, Damnation. His deck is actually split a lot more evenly between black and blue than I think we thought. The reason I think for that is because Caleb's mana is not good.
Yes.
It's not good at all. Caleb working with what looks like around 13 to 14 basic lands in his deck, but split pretty evenly between black and blue.
Yep.
And I think that's actually causing him to actually play more black spells because he needs to play the ones that are double blue.
Right.
He has to play the ones that are double blue, and because of that, he's kind of priced into really formatting this because he didn't have access to those lands.
Yeah, and so we're seeing a lot of value here. We've got just a lot. It's all about 2-for-1s, control, and grinding out incremental advantage so he can get to one of his bangers. We do have some very powerful cards, though. We can potentially Time Walk 4 times, because remember, we've got Lutri as a companion. So we've got Time Walk, we've got Lutri Time Walk, we've got Snapcaster Time Walk, and we've got 5-mana Time Walk. In fact, if there's a way that Caleb can bounce his Snapcaster, he can Time Walk again.
Like Cryptic Command?
Exactly. So he could possibly do 5 Time Walks, but there's also other powerful cards such as Mind Twist. We're rolling Seagull Source, so we're going to transition to the screen and watch him go. But a very different deck with that. Now, how about Ivan? Let's talk about his.
Yeah, so let's look at Ivan's deck. So Ivan, and we obviously know Caleb from right here in Madison, Wisconsin.
Woo!
Ivan came all the way from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Hell yeah!
And Ivan is working with a black-green. He said a black-green hoof deck.
Yeah, black green Crater Hoof. It's a ramp value.
Black green Crater Hoof, and Ivan was not. I wouldn't say he was super jazzed about his deck. He feels like he had a couple of missteps in the draft.
Mm-hmm. He does have some very powerful stuff and get going. He's got some fetch lands with Tyos Tracker. He's got Beast Within for interaction. He's got a lot of ramp, 2 Moxes, which you can't sleep on. And if we can get to an early Planeswalker, we're in good shape. Okay, so we got their mulligans resolved. Ivan playing, let's see, we'll call this Ivan Hoff for the Crater Hoff.
Ivan Hoff?
Yep, Ivan Hoff. Deck.
Ivan Hoof or Ivan Hoff?
Ivan Hoof. You're
Ivan
right,
Hoof.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
Ivan Hoof. And there's a lot of green cards, but we have a little bit of black interaction. On the top end, we got some Grave Titan. We have a Demonic Tutor, which is actually quite nice. We have an on-color Mox and then an off-color Mox and a Mox Pearl. So there is going to be some ramp that we're going to be able to have for Ivan. Who are you taking between Ivan and Caleb?
I'm actually going to take Ivan in this matchup.
Okay.
I think that the Planeswalkers are... I want Caleb to win the whole thing. I think he's the favorite, but the Time Walks. Huh.
It's tough.
And the Mind Twist. All right. I'm a little flabbergasted. I would say The deck names, yes, Ivan Hoof is Ivan's deck name, and Caleb's deck is
Five time walks,
two color 5 turns.
two color,
It's
two color
Demir 5 turns.
Demir 5 turns.
Yeah, Demir 5 turns versus Ivan Hoof.
Okay.
So
Are you taking Ivan? I'm gonna take Caleb. I'm gonna take Caleb in this mainly because I think that Caleb has enough interaction to kind of set Ivan off. He has some counter spells, and I think that even though it's a very mid-range deck, absolutely.
Let me just look at this.
Even though they're kind of both mid-range decks, I think that Ivan doesn't have enough powerful cards to overwhelm Caleb's amount of interaction.
I'm gonna say that between the two decks, I think the black Ivan's deck is actually favored.
Now you had the players on.
Caleb's very good at Cube.
I've heard.
Ivan's deck has a lot of resilience because again we have like Sylvan Library, we have Tireless Tracker, we have Grist. Caleb's also got 2. Okay.
You gotta.
All right, I'm
5
calling,
seconds.
All right, Caleb. I'm calling Caleb. Too many time walks.
2 for Caleb.
Taking 5 turns in a row is too strong.
Let's find out if Caleb's able to do so, and I believe our players are ready on the floor to get started.
Chad, who do you like? Do you like Ivan Hoof or Demir 5 turns? Do you like Caleb or Ivan in this one? Okay, so Caleb's on the play.
And
you know what that means.
With a little Moxaruski holding up counterspell mana. And Ivan's going to counter with a green Mox of his own in the form of Arbor Elf.
Now, interesting here, Caleb does not get his Lutri, which he could, as a 3-man. So he wants to counter whatever this is. It's probably a Tyler's. Oh, a Ram spell. Now, not exactly what you want to counter. You don't have a ton of counter magic. Exactly, yeah. Caleb's discipline is undeniable. So he lets that go, even though he held his mana for a very disciplined play. But 5 mana, like turn 3, 5 mana is a lot.
Caleb, notably on triple blue, needs some interaction for Ivan's deck because there are some low to the ground stuff that's going to really allow stuff to happen. And Caleb misses a land drop.
Ouch. Big deal. And a big signal again that he did not get his Lutri. So Ivan knows something's popping. So we're going to see a fight there. Probably an Ooze. Oh no, 4 mana. Okay, it's a Planeswalker. Okay, so he's testing out the days.
If there's a counterspell, you're going to find it here, and we did see it.
What do you make of Ivan? Oh, there's a tablet. Okay, so counterspell for which is great. A good play by Ivan because that's not the sort of thread we care that much about.
And we see an evoked Muldrifter for Caleb to find a land.
Oh.
He does not.
Okay, Hachimachi, this is tough.
Caleb has access to a Force of Will, but he's going to need it this turn because we're going to have a 6-drop coming down, and it's going to be Grave Titan.
You gotta force that. Unless
if you have a force, it's here. Actually, and if you don't, the game could be over.
If we can go runner swamp, and if we've got the Wrath, Damnation. We got tokens that are going to be coming a little bit for that. The judge is getting those right now, but this is rough.
Caleb really thinking about what are my options because he has potentially this turn and one more turn of the game left.
Correct. And also, Ivan still has a pretty full. Okay, so that's going to buy him some more turns.
Ivan's picking up a swamp to cast the ultimate price on the Grave Titan.
And the Grave Titan paid the ultimate price, but Ivan's still got a lot of cards left. Now, there's at least 1 forest in hand. I can't see the rest, but 5 is just 20 divided by 4. So like we're still on a beatdown clock, and there's our 5/5.
We have Polychronos, which is it's not, a 5/5 for 4.
It's not great against. It can be bigger.
Yeah, it can be bigger.
It could actually. We could see a situation where it just pumps for its own sake.
Yeah, I think that's not impossible. We have that second swamp, so Damnation is available to cast for Caleb, and.
Wow! Wait.
What? So Caleb holding up 2 mana and not actually going for the full hand.
I don't know what's happening here, but I'm sure it's a masterclass. Whatever this is, I'm sure is the correct play.
Well, I'm gonna guess that there's probably another removal spell. We're gonna get Ugin the Spirit Dragon out of Ivan's hand, and
so
I'm gonna guess that we have another removal spell.
Yeah, 100%. Because if Caleb doesn't take this line. Although it's interesting because the other removal spell is the one that
it's Heartless Act.
But Heartless Act is actually going to get countered by Peluchronos theoretically.
Unless Peluchronos goes to activate its ability and gets Heartless Acted in response. And that might be what Caleb is
Yikes.
on.
We need some time walks. We've got 5 time walks to use. Let's get some
You
time
might have
walks
5 time walks to use, but you only have 2 to draw from your deck. And
True.
you need to draw one of those 2.
Yeah. In order to time walk, you have to draw the time walk. This is true.
That's right.
We
do. We see an
okay.
actual time warp rather than a time walk. But in purposes of this, really looking for Caleb to develop his mana a little bit more,
Yes.
so that this time warp is acting kind of as an explorer.
Yep,
and
there it is.
Finding the
All we need is a damnation. Now we're stabilized. It's got 1 card left in hand. 5 could be well. Although remember, Ivan still has the hoof. The name of the game is, and there's still going to be at least 1 thread left. Looks like. Oh my!
And
although I'm going to predict we're going to see a Snapcaster and another one, but that does present
another sweeper.
Yep, that does present lethal. That is. That ooze is no joke.
Biogenic Ooze is going to bring another ooze to the party, and then at the end of turn, going to put +1/+1 counters on all of Ivan's
Hachimachi.
All of Ivan's oozes.
Yes, not
for Power
Caleb's
Ranger
oozes.
fans.
Yeah, that's a good reference.
Yeah,
not mad at that.
Yeah, I probably lost on the vast majority of chat who is
not
under the age of 30.
That's okay.
But you know what? So
look it up, folks.
We are still, but Ivan, most importantly, able to present lethal with this turn. And putting Sylvan Library on the battlefield.
So look at this. We have a delve card, but that means that we've got to get rid of the Snapcaster mages. So because we need the Wrath, but look at the tension here. Do we, and also if we delve for, okay, what can we, and also again, remember the removal spell cannot kill the original ooze. It can only remove counters at this point.
Can't kill either of the oozes. They both have counters.
No, the other ooze is an XX. So it can remove 3 counters.
It does not. It's a 2/2? It's a 2/2 that gets a +1/+1 counter each time.
I'm spaced. Yes. Once 3 hours of sleep, folks.
And I believe we might have a judge call on the fact that these cards should have counters on them, because they should. They both should have a +1/+1 counter.
That's true. Chat, what do you think happens here? Let's take some predictions. And it is wildly relevant because the difference of those getting is the difference between 4 life and 1 life and 0 life. So that is a huge, huge miss if it misses.
It is a big deal. It's not a May. It says at the end of the turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on each ooze you control. Obviously, I'm not the judge on the floor. Our head judge, Libby, is going to take care of that. And then once that is resolved, we're going to continue play. Caleb needs a big turn here as we're presenting lethal.
It looks like
it looks like they are going to put counters on them.
Yeah, they are going to get the counters. Okay, I thought. Okay,
as it is not a May.
Not a May, and not too far to rewind, right? Just one turn. Like it's not like it's
just from the end of the turn. The only thing that has happened is a untap, upkeep, draw step, land drop.
Yeah, so it's not like it was just a simple mistake by both players, but not a May, as you said. So so we'll see if this gets.
Since
I'm
going to tell you what's happening here. So since the judge call was made and it was realized that there were not counters put on it, the trigger's going to go on the stack at the point of discovery.
What? Is that how that works?
That is how you resolve it.
Oh wow!
But the good news for Ivan is he has an Avenger of Zendikar, which is going to bring a number of friends, and then immediately a land drop is going to follow that to again put lethal on board for Caleb.
So we need Snapcaster
against Caleb.
We need Time Walk into get back Lutri into Snapcaster. But either way, that is one way to undo the damage done by that misplay.
Now let me tell you something that I really appreciate about Ivan.
Yes.
You know what he did during his draw step? He didn't look at his cards, and he just put 3 of them in his hand and took 8 from that. That Sylvan Library.
Absolutely,
as a legend does.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
And actually, that's exactly what chat said. Ironically, yeah, legend play from Ivan. If I'm at 20 and I have a Sylvan Library, that just says draw 3.
That's right.
I don't need to know what those cards are. I'm just going to draw 3.
Okay, and Caleb's going to draw 3 too. So he keeps it in there. Again, we need that Snapcaster Blaster. So let's see if we can get... I'm going to guess Time Walk, Land, Lutri. That's what I'm going to guess for the rest of his turn.
That would be quite a powerful turn.
There's a land, so we can't get it because it's ETB tap land. But since Caleb's still playing it out, it probably means that he has something. So I'm gonna guess this is a time walk, so we can untap.
We got a little bit of something, and
They're counting the permanents to see how many cards till that's active. But
so the Shell Dock Isle, which does require 20 cards to be left for each player.
okay, so 2 out of 3, we are getting the time walk.
Yep.
Which
We have a time walk. Gonna act as basically untap your lands,
yes.
which Caleb's have access to. We're gonna have a quick library count for Ivan, as Caleb, based on his body language, seems like he really needs what's under this Shell Dock Isle.
Although, how far are we from accessing that? It's not too far.
The answer is right now.
Yes, called it. Shots called, baby.
And we
Does
have
J-Bro
found
know?
this, we have found the Snapcaster Mage.
Let's
coming
go.
into play for free. I think we're gonna
Bing
have
bong.
to cast that Damnation. Maybe not exactly what Caleb wants to do, but we have no other choice. Let's sweep that. Make Ivan put lethal on the board for the 3rd turn in a row.
Wow. Well, Caleb, it can't be Caleb 5 turns if he's Caleb no turns. So that was the correct play, even though he could have time walked again.
We have found the way for Caleb to, again, combo his way to a win.
Yep, that's right.
Vampire Hexmage on the battlefield. If Caleb's next land is Dark Depths, that is going to threaten lethal on Caleb's following turn.
Yep.
And
or if it's in his hand, he might have even drawn it.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Or,
if he's
yeah.
able to play it as his land for the next turn,
Right. Sorry.
not only going to threaten lethal, but if Ivan doesn't have a way to make Caleb sacrifice that Dark Depths token when he makes it, he won't be able to get past it in combat either.
Correct. Although Ivan does get 3 draws. Remember, Ivan's got Crater Baiter, so it's possible. So we
Ironically, Craterhoof is going to give it, if he casts it, going to give itself +1/+1, exactly enough to trample over that one toughest Vampire Hexmage.
Exactly. So we have the Lucci is the companion. Yes. We have a lot going on here. This has been quite a back and forth. Also,
Ivan's going to opt to take exactly 4, take 1 draw. I think that I would probably take I might be taking the Fistful, since that's going to put you down to 3.
Yep.
You can survive a hit from that Vampire Hexmage if something goes terribly wrong.
You might be worried about Drain Life. There are 4 swamps, so.
Okay. Yeah, just gonna pop out a Drain Life here or there. You never know. Got all sorts of stuff that could happen. It's Vintage Cube.
It's Vintage Cube. Oh my.
Tireless Tracker.
Now that's not the threat you want to see if you're Caleb, because now every single wait.
We tick down to make a beast with the Garrick Wildspeaker.
Not an ooze with 3 counters. We
Nope.
have beast tokens though.
We may not have a beast token immediately, and Tireless Tracker is going to get Force of Will from Caleb.
Okay.
And that 1 life, not irrelevant when it's 20%
Correct.
of your entire life total.
Correct. Okay, Lucci's coming back, which is a flash blocker.
It is a flash block, and
So-
just a blocker, one that can trade with that beast.
Very good point.
Three power
Very
on that
good
Lucci.
point. Okay, so we're gonna put damage on the stack. There we go. Much better. Thank you.
I'm gonna say, you know what? I don't have Dark Depths, but what I would like to do is get rid of that Garrick Wildspeaker. I'm gonna use the remove all counters from your permanent and choose Garrick. Gonna go to the graveyard before Ivan gets to look at another 3 cards with that Sylvan Library.
Good grief, Gavin Nassif. What a back and forth. This has been great magic. We are seeing truly to just knock down, drag out slugfest here. And I will say one thing about Ivan's deck, it has more reach than it looks like. We've still got Grist, which ultimates very quickly. We've still got Crater Baiter. We've got options. I can't see what this is. Looks like a Rampant Growth or something like that.
That looks like a Signet in the far right of his hand, but we're casting Demonic Tutor right now.
Oh, that's a D-Tutor?
Which,
Oh, my.
Which is one of the more
my.
powerful cards in Ivan's deck. And he's
Hachi-machi.
going to see, is there something that can end the game for me this turn? Craterhoof obviously
Craterhoof
would
pretty
be, but
good.
you can't cast it.
Creative pretty good. Grist is also pretty good. I think we go Grist here as a more
Well, you're likely gonna put Caleb down to 1, and then you're gonna put an extra creature with some. And we do just see the Lutri in flash blocker mode. Understandable.
I like Grist.
Eternal
here. Let's
Witness
see.
is gonna be
Ooh!
coming out and picking up
And
a choice card from the graveyard.
wow. Probably another D-tutor, looks like. Or gonna look. Actually, I don't mind Tyler's tracker here. We've already seen, like it gets lethal on the board.
Gonna
Another
D-tutor
D-tutor.
again.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, see, Ivan's. This is what I thought. Ivan's deck has much more resilience than it looks like. And again, Caleb doesn't have. It looks like he does have a lot of removal. He doesn't have that much removal on this deck. So I think actually matchup wise, this is good. Now again, Caleb is one of the best players to ever do it, and if there's anyone who can find the outs and find the situation, it's him. We've already seen him battle back from all sorts of bucks, but
Well, he's going to need to continue on because he has used almost 100% of his removal, and that's if you're not counting Frost Titan, which is basically all that's left.
correct.
We had a Vampire Hex Mage that got rid of Garrick. We had an Ultimate Price. We had a Heartless Act. We had a Damnation. We had a Hostage Taker. Those are all gone.
Yeah, it's a okay, and we have
So we have a Cryptic Command, which is going to take out that Grist.
Let's go, Craig Wesco.
But Caleb
Okay.
at 2 going to succumb to the damage from Eternal Witness, and Ivan's going to take game 1.
Well done, Ivan.
And I think we might be seeing a grind fest for the rest of this match.
Yes, this is very grindy. Although, what are we looking at the sideboard here? What's Caleb getting in there? Again, I am very surprised Urza's not in the main deck.
Well, it might be in the deck for game 2.
It might be. It is very good. It's good at blocking beast tokens. That's for sure.
It's good at blocking beast tokens, and Caleb might just need to be able to put more bodies on the board. And
Right.
Caleb has the opportunity to out mid-range Ivan if we have the chance to do that.
Right, and Ivan has the opportunity to go over the top of Caleb because a 6/6 tapper is nothing to a Crater Hoof.
You know what else? I got an update for you.
Yes.
My pick to win Peter Beckfield already won his match.
Oh wow! Already, Hachi Machi. That is that's some Let's Go Craig Wesco speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well, good job on you, Peter. You are proving
don't let me down.
Justin a smart man. Remind me what deck he's playing again.
So Peter is on, and we haven't revealed the decks, but
Oh,
I
just
can
kidding.
tell you. No, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you. Only you and chat. Nobody
Okay.
else.
Yeah,
Okay.
shh.
We'll keep
It's a
it. We'll keep
secret.
it between us.
It's between us.
Peter Beckfield on Grixis Control. And-
Wow! And he's already
now,
done with the
now,
match.
Now Caleb is on more of a mid-range control deck.
Yes.
Not Peter.
Okay.
Peter's on a control deck.
Wow.
A lot of card draw, a lot of interaction, a lot of removal.
And he won 2-0. Wow.
And not only that, we have a second result. And I have to say, you and I have looked at the decks, and Nick Miniker,
Yes.
he has defeated Mike Milan 2-0 after looking, I think it's almost impossible we don't see Nick Miniker on stream because I think Nick likely has the most powerful deck in the top 8.
Fantastic.
Nick is on mono green ramp and
And
very
it's,
little.
but it's combo green, right?
It is combo green.
We've got Natural Order. We've got
Channel,
Gaze Cradle Channel.
Rofalos.
Yep. So that's what I would call the green combo deck, which is my favorite, quietly one of my favorite decks in Vintage Cube and very underrated. But people think about it as like a creature. This is like, no, you're comboing. You're turn 2 channeling into something like it's a combo deck.
Yep.
Fantastic. Well, we're getting ready to go on to the next game. And remember, that was a mull from Caleb, right? I think he mulled to 6 in that one. Chad, what do we want to see here? Are we Caleb? Well, first of all, we only saw 3 turns. We only saw 2 extra turns. There's a reason it's called Demir 5 turns.
5 turns. We're going to need to see 5 turns at least in the match before we finish up here.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, what I want to see is Caleb win this game so we can get a third game of Magic on
True,
coverage.
true.
That's really what I'm rooting for.
Okay, so let's see if we can finally get a keeper. Caleb's looking it over. He's thinking.
Ivan does
Nope,
have a
going
couple
down.
of interesting,
Both going down.
a
Okay.
couple of interesting options. There is a Braids Cabal minion in Ivan's sideboard. I don't know
Oh,
if Ivan
wow.
can quite get it out fast enough, but
Why is that on the sideboard?
but there are 2 Moxes. I think that I would probably be putting that in to press my luck.
Braids is incredible in this deck. There's
Yeah.
so many token makers. There's so much fast mana. especially on the play. I want my braids. I will say
I
that
probably want it on the draw too.
now if they're both going down, who is it? Who's more disadvantaged by a mulligan between these two decks?
It's actually close, but I think Ivan is a little more disadvantaged. Caleb has a little more card draw to get out of it, and the time walks really make a big difference.
Although Ivan has more planeswalkers,
That's
which
true.
gets you out of
That's
the mulligan
true.
very
That's true.
quickly
That's
because they're
true.
constantly generating value. Oh
Well-
my, strong turn one.
I don't want to say that there's a certain deck, but it's basically certain cards. I mean, Ivan
Mhm.
could mulligan, but then if he plays Sylvan Library,
Correct.
we're in
Good point.
great shape.
Good point. Good point.
So I think both players have cards to unmulligan them at
Mhm.
different levels of the game.
And now this is probably Caleb's strongest turn one. Let's talk about Shelly Deli a little bit. Why don't you explain why it's such a powerful card for this format?
So Sheldock Isle, while not as powerful as a turn one Sylvan Library off of a forest and a Mox Jet,
What? Sylvan Library turn one against a deck that can apply no pressure early is insane.
well, not only that,
wow.
but Caleb was on the play seconds ago, and Ivan said, actually, I would like to take the play back, and I'm going to get this Sylvan Library down before you can fire off Counterspell. Better have Force Will. You didn't. Guess what?
Hey, do you like Ancestral Recall?
How about every turn?
How about every turn? How about for free every turn?
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Now-
turn two Grist.
This is a really,
I don't know
really
how-
powerful follow-up for Ivan.
I don't know how Caleb can come back from this, but if there's anyone who can, it's him. And that is a plant token.
It's
I don't know why this is tilting me.
It's-
Okay,
it's
so what we need here is just we need the because man, even Ashiok is not great.
Oh, this
That
is
is-
basically the nightmare play for Caleb,
Yeah.
evoking Muldrifter. Caleb didn't intend
Oh,
to draft.
Wow.
Caleb did-
wow. Not like
Ca-
this.
Caleb didn't intend to draft Divination, and I'm sure he's not excited to play it on turn 3 in the face
That
of
is
a
Very true.
moxed out Sylvan Library and Grist.
Wow.
This is not
Well,
looking
this is
good
exactly
for our hero.
this is what I thought. I think Caleb is by far one of the strongest cube players of all time, but Ivan's deck is really good for this matchup. This is a fantastic
And
matchup. for him.
my good friend Ivan here
Oh,
took 8 and said, I don't need life, you do. I'm just going to
And-
draw a bunch of extra cards and then play Oracle of Moldiah,
Yep.
which is going to let you utilize all those cards.
Oh,
This one is actually honestly very close to over. I don't know how Caleb is going to get out of this.
Yeah, Ivan
the
coming
only-
from behind. Wow, who saw this coming? But again, his deck is really that's the power of a green black deck is the early planeswalkers because you have the ramp for it. Although he doesn't have the lilies. I like
No, he
I
doesn't.
like the 2/3 mana lilies in deck lilies, but
Yeah,
Grist is the
very
best
much.
of the bunch.
I agree.
Grist is by far quietly one of the best 3 mana planeswalkers of all time.
You can Green Sun Zenith it out. You can
Yep.
unearth it.
Yep, exactly.
There's a lot of play you
But,
can do with
but
Grist.
don't animate dead it.
No.
Do not cast animate dead.
Don't animate that.
But yeah, Grist also being able to bink other planeswalkers, having a loyalty that starts relatively high, and having every part of it's relevant. In other words, when it mills the top of your deck, getting rid of the land for Oracle, or not land for Oracle is relevant, getting cards in your graveyard for Delve, all that stuff. Okay.
I don't
so
even know what the best play is for Caleb here. It's Damnation.
It's got to be time. Let's see.
It's like Damnation doesn't. It just like cleans up Oracle and the.
Well, Caleb is not under a ton of pressure yet. There is
But I
still
think that's going to change very fast.
there is still a path, and Ivan is at 10. So let's see. All right, let's think about how this goes. Get back Lutri. Next turn, land Lutri. Time walk for 2 turns. Okay. Next turn, we want Blue Titan into a Blue Titan tap creature. Next turn, 5 mana Time Walk into removal spell, tap other creature, bink, knockout Planeswalker. Next turn, Snapcaster Mage into other Time Walk, and then we're in good shape.
So Caleb starting his turn on a reanimate for that Muldrifter, really picking up a handful of cards, going down to 14 in the process.
Okay, so reanimates the card you put back in, which again is really good against a creature-heavy deck because you can also get there. Well,
So I believe
Whatever.
reanimate was in Caleb's main deck. No
Oh,
Entomb
was?
though.
oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
And then we
thank you.
have an Ashiok Nightmare Weaver
which is not great again because Grist is an assassin.
Yeah, it can take out planeswalkers and creatures.
So it can take out the Muldrifter and start putting pressure on, or it can just minus, kill it, still take a hit from Muldrifter, and still be alive. Although, interestingly enough, if Caleb counted that Grist, he could have reanimated it.
That's true. Yeah, you absolutely could have. You absolutely could have.
What the card's revealed. Question, is it revealed?
So when we have Sylvan Library and Oracle Voltaia, you have to reveal all of the cards you're going to draw.
You do?
No matter what. Because
Why?
because you are drawing the cards. Sylvan Library says draw those cards and then put them back. And as you draw them, there's basically a stop and say, this is the card that I'm drawing, this is the card that I'm drawing, this is the card that I'm drawing. Not only that, but the top card of Ivan's library should also be revealed. Because currently those 3 cards are in Ivan's hand. They're actually in Ivan's hand right now.
Great point.
Now, that's not going to make too much of a difference. It helps Ivan and Caleb about the same.
Mm-hmm.
But a very small interaction, a really interesting card, Sylvan Library. Fun fact for...
Dabu says you're correct.
Fun fact... Well, that's because I'm correct. Fun fact for kids at home, don't ever cast Brainstorm during your upkeep before you resolve your Sylvan Library trigger. You legally can't even do it without calling a judge. You have to have a witness to put the cards back because Sylvan Library will let you put cards back. Will let you put cards back that you've drawn this turn, not cards that you've drawn from Sylvan Library.
Okay, so he opts to tick down, which again puts at 3 loyalties, still survives. Gosh, this is a clinic. Oh, and the birds to block if need be. This looks like it almost looks like we're setting up for a hoof.
Yeah, birds actually kind of a great stick here because that likely going to jump in front of that Muldrifter and going to let Grist likely tick down next turn if Caleb puts any resistance up.
Oh wow! He can vault.
We have a Garrick. This is that.
And
by
actually,
1,000
Garrick can threaten to lethal next. Yes, untapping lethals next turn because.
And a demonic tutor.
Good grief, Goblin the Sea.
Sometimes you got it all.
It do be that way sometime though. So again, Garrick's ultimate gives all your creatures. Oh no, he doesn't have the other. Never mind, I forgot he had to sack the creature. Just kidding, not ultimate, but it gives all your creatures +3/+3 and trample for at the low price of 4 loyalty. So that's 3, 5, 6, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is not as much as 14, but nonetheless.
No, but of course we still have Oracle and Moldiah,
and we just tutored up a Baloth. So, or whatever it's called, the 5/5 that gives +X/+X. That will come down next turn, guaranteed.
And revealed a land off the library for free with Oracle Moldiah, essentially drawing Ivan just another card. We are going to see we're going to see an attack. I think that so it went after Garrick. I think if it had gone after Grist, I think we would have seen a block.
Okay. Time Walk. So Time Walk. If we can get a Mind Twist for full, if we get a full Mind Twist here, full Monty as they call it, we might.
Maybe
still in.
There's a Sylvan Library. There's an Oracle of Moldiah that can put your lands back on the top, so you only draw 1, then play 2 lands off the top.
Okay, hear me out. Let's do this. If we can go land, 2 mana Time Walk, get back Lutri, attack Planeswalker. Yeah, if we can string together 4 or 5 turns after this, we should be in good shape.
So we have another result to report in our last matchup. Daniel Reeves, which is on a Boros aggro/mid-range deck, takes down the last quarterfinals. So
Daniel won that match. Wow.
So currently, what we have left is Daniel Reeves on Boros mid-range. We have Peter Beckfield on Grixis Control, and we have Nick Miniker on Mono Green Ramp. And I believe those are the 3 best decks in this draft.
Fantastic.
And the players are no slouches.
You are up for some wonderful magic. That is great. Great to hear. We're going to have some more great magic coming. But we're slamming in. What do you do here? Do you block with the birds again? Birds, you theoretically need to get to lethal next turn.
Yeah.
Okay, block with the birds. Let's even get one more Time Walk off of this. So what are we holding? Oh, Cryptic Command. Aha.
Now again,
A heads up line by Ivan then.
yep. Again, there is a land up there, and
No.
that's just going to go directly back on top of the library to get played for free with Oracle.
Which is too bad, because if Ivan was tempted to pay 8 here, Caleb would be in better shape.
Yes, but I think Ivan is aware, and
But cards.
well, Ivan's got so many free cards with
True.
with Oracle. So a lot of what you need to do with Sylvan Library sometimes is clearing lands
Yes.
off of the top of your deck.
Yes.
Well, when you have Oracle and it lets you play
Yes.
2, that's just not necessary.
No. And also, again, the power of playing it this way and getting Sylvan down early and maximizing card advantage is that you get to the earlier you draw your cards, the more options you have down the road, if that makes sense. The quicker you draw them. So a card drawn on turn 2 is so much better than an extra card drawn on turn 20, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, Judge clarifying that. Okay, another library. Got it. Okay, thank you for the heads up. But again, we're just going to create a hoof here and win.
So yeah. So again, Judge confirming what I had said moments ago. You actually do draw all of those cards. So the next card down is revealed because at the time those cards are in your hand, and Oracle says top card of your library face up. Everyone gets to know.
Full value off that. Oigavalt.
Okay. I don't think I would be hoofing. We know that there's interaction in Caleb's deck. No need to just tap out and try to do that. That gives Caleb an entire.
They don't have access to deck list, right?
Well, no, but
so Ivan might be thinking there's like a 5/6 that flashes back an instant or something like that. He doesn't necessarily.
Well, he does know that there's a cryptic command which was cast in game 1.
True, but even if there is a cryptic command, he's still got the planeswalkers. He's still doing stuff. Like, I might just go for it here.
I would not go for it. I would go to my attack step, see what I can do.
I'd say make him have it.
Okay, make him have it. I think Ivan's going to agree with you.
Okay, so we're gonna. So, but even a counter tap here. Well, you don't counter tap, right?
Well, I don't know. That depends on the rest of the interaction in Caleb's hand.
We got a counter draw, so we can get to that Shelly Deli. What do you think's under Shelly Deli, by the way? What would you like to be under Shelly Deli if you're Caleb right now?
What would I like for it to be?
I mean, it's got to be
Damnation.
Oh, Damnation.
I'd like it to be Damnation.
That's right. Okay.
Only because that's a 2-mana Damnation.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah.
And at instant speed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
the critical part.
Yeah, and actually, can we talk? So why does Shelldock let you cast sorcery spells at instant speed?
Shelldock Isle's only requirement is that both players have 20 or less. All players in the game, and in Cube, it's just generally both players. All players in the game have 20 or less cards in their library, and then simply says cast the card, which completely avoids any timing restriction.
One player. One player has 20 or less.
One player. Good call. Good call.
So
whether it's you or your opponent, yes.
So therefore, why does Shelly Deli let you do that?
It avoids timing restrictions because it simply lets you cast the card. It puts the card onto the stack.
And that's anything, right? Planeswalkers.
No matter what. Just not lands.
Or conspiracies.
That's true. And we do have a cryptic command, which is going to tap all of Ivan's creatures.
Oh wow! Fascinating.
Which essentially, it's the hidden mode of cryptic command, which is counter a spell, gain 4 life.
Why?
AKA Ojutai's command.
That's right. Oh no! Oh no! Oh wow! Oh my! That is bonkers.
So. Hostage taker. And we have a crater. Oh my god. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god, that's insane. Wow. Wow. Good grief, Captain Steve. Let's go. Game 3. Oh, wow. When do you get to see this magic? CubeCon. Let's go. Chat, let me hear it. Let me see the emojis that are appropriate reaction for what just happened. Let's go.
Well,
wow.
In case anyone is not watching and just listening, to explain what just happened.
Thank you.
In a very quick sequence, Caleb was able to counter the Crater Hoof, putting it into the graveyard. Caleb untaps. Hostage taker taking the
taking
the Tireless Tracker, and then casting Reanimate utilizing his life total that's above 8 to get back the Craterhoof, give all of his creatures
Just enough. Wow.
Get
the
back-
master.
to get back Craterhoof, give all of his creatures plus X equal number of creatures, and attack Ivan for lethal. Because of course, no blockers and Cryptic Command did all of the work on the front end to tap Ivan's creatures.
Amazing.
It's pretty remarkable. We had talked about how is Caleb going to come back by being an amazing Magic
By
player. is the
being
answer.
Caleb. Caleb D is the place to be. I will also, and again, that's what I said. Ivan's deck is, I think, favored. I think better in this particular matchup, but Caleb is unstoppable. He is by right the Cube King of Wisconsin.
He's proven it. Ivan, that's tough because you felt pretty good. I will say, I was not a fan of casting that Craterhoof Behemoth on that open
and if
mana.
Ivan took your line, if Ivan just did what you
Just
suggested,
go to attack.
he is in
Why-
way better shape.
Why risk it?
Sometimes you risk it for the brisket.
And you lost the game by doing it.
Yeah, so sometimes the brisket falls on the floor. But sometimes you eat the brisket, so you risk it for the brisket. Although, if you're Ivan now, one other thing to keep in mind, and he'll be fine with this, but, it's one game. The next game's another game. You can't let that defeat you mentally. You can't let it get you down. Take a deep breath. Look through your deck. See, do I need to sideboard this? Do I need to sideboard back? And every single game is just every single game. Just like John Wooden. John Wooden?
Yeah.
Winningest coach of all time, UCLA or whatever, and all that stuff. But he had a theory. He never wanted his players after they finished the game. He never wanted you to tell if they won or lost the game by their reactions. Always, just keep it steady, keep it ready. Now, I'm a little excitable guy. I'm gonna get happy.
Are you
I'm gonna get
sure?
slappy. So it's not my, that's not my mantra. But I can appreciate that. Okay, so we're back at it. That does feel rough though. If you're Ivan, you're just like, ugh!
Yeah.
The jaws, snatch and defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yes. Which is never where you want to be.
Yeah.
I've been really before that command and control the game.
Yeah, actually,
Vintage
Michael,
Cube happens immediately.
that's right. Can our producer? Yeah, we should switch my name to Team J-Bro for this one. I'm feeling spicy.
All right.
So
I've been back on the play, but also looks like on a
Caleb
mulligan.
Okay, so say Caleb taking a courtesy 1 point because what just happened? No, it was just an accident.
1 point of emotional damage.
Yep, I think that's fair for what happened. Bleeds in the next game. Oh, and Ivan is on the mulligan now.
Ivan on the
is
mulligan
this
to
how it
6.
happens?
Ivan on the mulligan. Well, I think there's
If Ivan goes land, creature ramp, planeswalker,
Well,
or
it's funny you say that because he opened on Birds of Paradise and Garrick.
but Caleb's doing some talking, so there might be something. Oh no, he's talking to the judge. Never mind. Okay, just kidding. Okay, so
Ivan does have a Birds of Paradise and a Garrick and is on the play, and I
Oof,
think
that is a
that
good
we
start.
are going to likely see a really early Planeswalker.
Okay, that is a very powerful play from Caleb. Both of their strongest turn ones.
And Caleb playing an Ancestral Vision.
Ooh.
And
But Ivan playing Ancestral Recall
That's true.
and Bird getting in
So
for one.
and we know Ivan is
Aggressive.
we know Ivan's immediately going to take 8 on his turn.
Yep.
He's going to draw all those cards back
Although,
up. He's not going to look at them.
but taking 8 might put him in Crater Beta range.
Crater's in his deck, and he knows that. He knows what can happen.
Okay, so for the insolence, because that bird attacked, it got binked.
And we again see 3 off the top. Ivan's going to definitely say, yeah, I want this.
Yeah, you take it. You don't bet.
Oh,
Ooh!
only taking 4, Ivan. Must be a little scared after that last game.
That Crater Beta is no joke. It instills fear in both on whoever it's cast against. Okay, so we're up to 3. Is there a Planeswalker? Okay, down to 16. Yep. Is there a plane?
Okay, we have a Kadamas Reach.
So
which
maybe there was another
actually-
land, and he values the 4
Yes,
level. That's
yeah,
fine.
That's definitely true.
Yeah, that's fine. Although anyway.
Sometimes you don't need to just if you're going to cast Kadamas Reach, you don't need to just pick up 2 extra
Correct.
lands off the top.
Correct.
There's always going to be time for that next turn.
Although it does get the land out of your deck, and you do have landfall stuff and expensive spells later. So
And he does.
you could go either way with that, but not mad. Although not taking the 4 life here might mean you get to take an extra card somewhere else.
That's going to say, yeah, that's always available to you next turn.
right.
And Ivan likely going to be looking at casting that Garrick Wildspeaker and hopefully following that up with a 2 or 3 mana play off of the untap.
Do you think Caleb has an island and a counterspell?
No,
He's got half. Oh,
I don't think he does.
okay. Let's see. Oh,
He's got a Time Walk. That's a little better.
You know what
than
Time Walk's
Counterspell.
good with? You know what Time Walk's good
Let's
with?
go with Vampiric Tutor.
It's also good with Suspend. Hachi Machi. Station Tashi. Okay, Caleb is in the strict driver's seat right now.
Caleb's showing you all of his vintage cube cards.
Yes.
The cards that appear in this cube specifically. Hey, in case you were not sure what kind of cards, what kind of cube you were drafting, it's the vintage cube.
That's right.
Caleb going Time Walk into Vamp Tutor on turn 3.
Cool. And also, by the way, Caleb's.
What do you think he's going to get?
Let's see. What do you get here? I like Ashiok.
I like Ashiok too.
But we have to remember, Grist is in the mix. I don't mind. We don't. Did we sideboard Urzen? I don't remember. I guess
we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. I think
I don't mind an Urzen in this situation either.
I think Ashiok is a likely pick. Snapcaster Mage would probably be a little
Can we pull up
early.
the list again?
Snapcaster Mage would probably be a little bit early because we want to put something on the board before we just do it again, right?
Right. We could be going for the combo. There
Dark
could be a
Depths?
2020 coming.
Okay, yeah. If there's one piece, one piece already.
Yep.
Now Caleb does need obviously a second black, but if he has a swamp and either a Hex Mage or a Dark Depths or basically it's a 3-card combo at this point for Caleb.
I don't mind Narset here. You know what's good against Sylvan?
Oh, Narset. Oh yeah. No, thank you. Once a turn, just take your draw, please.
No Narset. Okay, but we do have Cryptic Mana up.
That's Cryptic Command as you know it.
Not mad at that. Okay, so one Time Walk's been used. We got 4 more opportunities for Time Walk.
I think Caleb might say, you know what? You have a Sylvan Library, but I have an Ancestral Recall that's about to do the job that your Sylvan Library has done for you so far.
Yep.
And I'm just going to try to grind you out with the amount of cards that I have, access to Snapcaster Mage, and this has got to get countered. Got to be counterspell.
100%.
And the classic, I think, I don't think there's ever been mana that Cryptic Command's been cast off of more than Island, Swamp.
100%. Sometime next would probably be Plains.
But I think Swamp is ahead of it.
Yeah, or 4 Islands sometimes too.
Yeah.
But we are now strictly in the driver. Caleb is so far ahead, and he hasn't even gotten back his companion.
Yeah, well, he's you with the new rule, you do have to use 3 mana to get it.
Correct. Okay.
Caleb has
what signal is he sending here?
Caleb really likes divination. Is the signal he sends to me?
That's right.
He also could have a reanimate.
Yes, this might be reanimate,
and it is.
Okay. There we go. Good grief, Gobnasif. That's what I said, right? Muldrifters go to the reanimate.
It is. No doubt.
Okay, so now we're getting closer. We're drawing more cards, which means we're closer to another Time Walk.
I think this is the grind out game. I saw it when Caleb potentially just I wouldn't have been surprised if he just got the Cryptic Command to say, you know what, I don't need to get cards. I have cards. I need to stop Ivan from making big plays that I can't deal with.
That's right.
I got this reanimate. I already got this Muldrifter. I'm getting 3 more.
Yep.
Caleb with a handful.
Caleb's in the driver's seat. He also still has the Mind Twist left in his deck. He still has the other Time Walk left in his deck. He still has
Mind Twist.
Lutri. Yeah, Mind Twist would be big. And also for Ivan, we're not under pressure, but we can't just keep willy-nillying Sylvan with this. Wait, what's that?
I will double check Ivan's deck list.
That's a Primal Command. He didn't have the mana. Okay, I was confused. Sorry.
Okay, yeah,
I misunderstood what was going on.
I also did.
Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Okay, so and again, Ivan being at 12, if you take 8 is only 2 hits with Muldrifter.
Yeah.
So we're not out of the wood. Like that Muldrifter is not irrelevant.
No, it's not. I think Ivan has about 1 more draw off of Sylvan this game.
Yes, that's
right. And it probably is not right now.
And even with an additional card, Caleb's drawn so many cards and has so much advantage.
It's Lutri time. That is bad news for Ivan.
That's you hate to see it if you're Ivan. Oh no.
And we're casting.
Wait.
We're casting Treasure Cruise, and I believe we're going to be copying it with Lutri. I think there might be some shortcutting going on.
But the Lutri was cast first.
I think there might be some shortcutting going on. We're going to find out.
When you say shortcutting, you mean that he legally can cast it first and copy it because he's basically just saying this is what's happening?
He may have verbally said, here's what I'm going to do, and he was just putting them in play.
That makes sense.
And it looks like that is what the players have discussed.
Now, can we
Caleb going to cast 2 Ancestral Recalls.
Can you describe why that Lutri is able to copy an 8 mana spell?
It just says copy an instant or sorcery cast.
Oh, it's any. Oh my.
So that
I'm very tired.
That was pretty
Ladies and
straightforward.
gentlemen, I'm extremely tired. Okay. So how do you like casting 1 Ancestral Recall?
I like it a lot.
Well, how do you like casting 5 or 4.5?
I like it. I like it about 4.5 times
2 Mull
as
Drifters, 2 whatever that's
Treasure
called,
Cruise.
Treasure Cruise, and Ancestral Vision.
Pretty impressive.
Golly.
Now, notably, there one of the time walks had to be given up for that. But I think Caleb's okay with it.
Sometimes you trade Time Walk for Ancestral.
Yeah,
They're
do.
both
That's
pretty
true.
good. They're both pretty good.
Caleb drew so many cards that turn. I think he had to discard 3 cards from his hand.
Now, here's my question: are we gonna get to see the? Well, actually, you know what? Caleb could deck himself. He doesn't have the threat density to deal with this intensity. It's possible we're gonna see him deck himself. You bink here, right? You bink the 3/2.
Yeah, you're definitely going upstairs.
Oh,
you're not
and
going
Caleb
downstairs.
doesn't have any. Caleb doesn't have the free counter spell.
No force will.
God.
This Ugin is resolving. This is a massive deal. This is a really big
and
deal.
Caleb, what does Caleb have to deal with Planeswalkers on the board?
Mull Drifter.
Well,
I'm actually not really joking.
That's not where. Well, no, you know what he has? He can chain Time Walks.
There's a Time Walk. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
and it's going to end it with Dark Depth on the battlefield saying, how about an extra turn? Here's a 2020. Ring that bell. Caleb Durward, against all odds, is going
incredible.
To pull this out.
The power of Caleb cannot be denied. Wow. Good job. Air high five for that.
Hey, I honestly, I was a little frustrated with Caleb there, only because I was going to say all of those lines, and Caleb just like firing them out. Obviously, no respect for coverage.
Yeah,
we
need to tell Caleb to slow down so we can predict the lines. That is incredible. Wow, that is wild. All right, chat. Let's see those emojis fly.
Vampire actually removing the counters to Dark Depths to make that 2020 just incredible.
And you know what's interesting about that matchup? I believe that was the deck that was best suited to beat Caleb's deck. I think that was the best. Well, or there's one other one, but the other one's a bit of a glass cannon, right?
And remember, not sure.
We've got 2 damnations. We've got free counter spells.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some spot removal. We've got time walks. I think this was the toughest deck Caleb's gonna face.
I don't agree with you.
You like green.
I think
green combo.
I don't think there's a. I think all of the decks remaining are going to be difficult for Caleb to interact with.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Reason for that is one, is there a glass cannon in Nick Menaker's mono green? Basically combo deck? Yes. But there's a such thing as reinforced glass, and I think that might be what Nick is working with. Because that deck has a lot of power. It's not going to be quite so easy to just push over.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So also, we just again want to give a shout out to CubeCon attendees, to CubeCon volunteers, to all the people helping make this happen. And we certainly want to give a huge shout out to the CubeCon sponsors who made this happen. So let me just pull this up real quick before I got it. Okay, so thank you to Ultra Pro, Misty Mountain Games, Chill MTG, Cube Cobra, MTG Jason, Cockatrice, the Dragon Shield, myself, Lucky Paper Radio, Cultic Cube. You all made this happen. Thank you. And huge thank you to Ultra Pro and Dragon Shields for all of the amazing products that you were able to send our way. Really appreciate it. Bless up, homies. Thank you very much. Hoping to get Sprecher. Nectar of the Gods. That's my dream.
We also want to shout out Gamehole Con.
Oh, yes.
Who's letting us host here. And we're a part of this amazing gaming convention.
Yeah, Gamehole Con.
And CubeCon is a part of Gamehole Con, and hopefully we can make that come back next year.
So we also are enjoying the hell out of the best 4 days in cubing. We're coming up with the end of CubeCon, but we still got more great action for you.
We're not the only ones, though. We're not the only ones that are enjoying CubeCon.
True.
Let me tell you something I saw when we sat down to do this top 8. I looked out here, and we have the floor of the event right over here, right? We have the floor of the event right over here. While the top 8 draft was happening,
great point.
There were 8 cube drafts happening during the top 8.
Yes.
That's 64 people that stayed that were like, I'm out of contention. I just want to stay here and cube.
Hell yeah. And not only that, but 8 cubes that fired.
Yes, and the other people standing around just watching.
Yes.
Really incredible. That's
Amazing,
something. If
amazing.
you've been to Magic events, you know that at the end of an event when top eight's happening, everyone clears out.
Yes.
Not right now. We still have about 40 people in the room. Cubing.
Yes. CubeCon. Yeah. See, it's still got the battle cry going. Yeah. So also want to give a huge shout out to Aqua, who bought 4 amazing cubes. Didn't sign up for one main event cube. He just bought his cube so everyone could enjoy them. And
Amazing.
People have been enjoying them so much. It's been wonderful. Chat, let me see it. Let's see some CubeCons from you. CubeCon, your turn. So also we want to shout out Michael from the production side of things. He's behind the scenes.
Shout out
working
our producer,
tirelessly
Michael.
all weekend. Cloud Go Ranger, give it a follow. Make sure it's not hollow. Also, make sure to give a subscription. Share that Bezos bucks with them, stuff like that. Yeah, CubeCon. Let's go. And also, thank you to you. You have put in the most hours on commentary.
Thank
You've been killing it. You've been amazing. And again, we're kind of the two fathers of this from the OG perspective. And although there's been a lot of people helping with a lot of stuff, but just thrilled and chilled and looking forward to next year. And I'll
Absolutely.
I'll say this too. You know, I know that there's a lot of people, you know, who have FOMO who've been messaging us and, you know, on Twitter and stuff like that. But you know what? Don't worry. We will. Yeah, Scooby Doobs. We will be bringing it back. That's what's shaking turkey bacon. So, hey, see you guys. Thanks for coming, Tyler. Yeah, see you guys. Bye. We have the San Francisco contingency heading back. Yeah. And also, Tyler, the organizer behind Cubeoki. We also have Cube Karaoke going, so highly recommend that. But yeah, we've had just a blast. And also, yeah, look at those gifted subs. Thank you, Skin Wimmel. Appreciate you. Bless up, homie. Alexa J, I know you. Bless up, Mazel Tov to Spew Lord, Vicar J, Cooperja, Alexa J, CF Battle, and Arcade Hamster. Congrats on the subs. Use those emojis. Let me see those Cloud Go Rangers fly. And again, I just want to give a big shout out to everyone who's been participating, who's been sharing it. Really appreciate y'all. And I am thrilled about next year. See you guys. Bye. Also, let me ask you this. You got to have a little bit of cube time yourself, right?
Very little.
A little. But
Very
what
little.
was a highlight? What was something you got to do with that or see? Or
Well, last night, after coverage went until about 10 o'clock. Gamehole Con closed at 12. I got to draft a cube and play one round.
Oh my.
That's what the cubing I've done.
That's not a cube. That's only one side. That's
Yeah.
like that's a
one-dimensional object.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of paper.
That's it. Yeah, you got the paper.
This is a piece of paper. I got a paper last night. My
But-
deck was very good. I drafted a blue-red tempo deck. My first round opponent. We finished our actual match in about 10 minutes, and then we played some more games because we finished too quick. So I ended up going 5-0 against one opponent.
Wow.
It was quite good, but we're gonna draft after this.
Definitely.
I've been
100%.
waiting. I'm not going to go through CubeCon and not going to fill the end of CubeCon after I'm done working with a bunch of cubes. So that's definitely going to happen.
100%. Not only is it going to happen, it's going to be awesome because Magic is the best game ever made. Cube is the best Magic ever made.
It is.
Yeah. Hell
best
yeah.
format in all of Magic.
Absolutely. And some of the best community members. This has been amazing. And we've made lifelong friends here. We have people connecting. Join our Discord if you want to chat. It's CubeCon 2022. Let's hang out. Let's bang out. Let's get it done. We've also joined by Sam Black, one of the best to ever do it. Did you have fun at CubeCon?
Yeah.
That's right.
Great. Love to hear it.
This is, again, what the winner is going to be coming across. We've also got the playmats. We are just so happy for how it all went down. And again, thank you to all of our volunteers. Thank you to all of us. Thank you to Gamehole Con. Thank you to Royce, who was our biggest advocate. Thank you to BK and Misty Mountain Games. This is really a team made you. Oh, and huge shout out to Joe Anderson, who did all the art. Now, when people submitted their cubes and wanted to let people borrow them for usage in CubeCon, I said, hey, do we have an artist in the Discord? Can we get someone to make some art about this? And Joe made these amazing posters for every single one, wonderful conceptualizations, and we printed them off, framed them, and are giving them out to people. Joe is the best. So thank you. Wouldn't have happened without that, Captain. Bless up, appreciate you. And let me ask you this.
Yes.
Who would you most like to see come to next year's CubeCon?
Who would I most like to see come
Who
to
is
CubeCon?
not here that you most had like to see?
Oh, that is a tough question. That's a tough question.
I'm a heavy hitter, baby. Let's go.
I would probably say, because I know that this person really, really loves Cube, and they're wildly competitive, and winning CubeCon would mean a lot to them, and it's also a Wizards employee.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess.
Huey?
No, that's actually a very good guess, but it's someone who very specifically. Do you know the answer to the question?
Is it?
There are a lot of people that this could fit.
Let's get 3 guesses. You get the next guess.
So, who was it? Carmen would be the number 2.
Carmen. Okay, I'm gonna guess Melissa Del Torre.
Nope. Aaron Forsyth.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm
Aaron.
talking? So Sam Black over here. If you played against, you know how competitive Aaron is. Very, very, very competitive.
They call him Aaron.
Loves Cube.
He's also known as Aaron CubeScythe. Not a lot of people know that. From today forward, he is Aaron CubeScythe. Aaron calling you out. Wizards versus Wisconsin. Let's go. Watsy versus Wisconsin.
Let me tell you.
Let's go.
Let me tell you. You think you take that seriously? Aaron would take that really seriously.
Aaron, I dare you to come to the next CubeCon.
Anyway, that would be my pick to see, just because
that's a great.
I know that it would be.
And there are a few people. Aaron is Aaron is in the top 1% of people who've done so much for the Magic community. It'd be awesome if you come to something
you know what?
Like this.
I think it's hard to. There's been so many people. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people that aren't able to be here this year.
True.
That have we've seen the love off of social media, and I know I've seen so many getting FOMO from CubeCon.
Yep.
Wish I was there. That's fine. You missed the first one, no problem. We're gonna definitely try to run it back.
Yep.
You're gonna have another chance. We're gonna make it bigger and better for everyone. Hopefully, we're gonna include more people. We about maxed out what we had. I think we actually did fully max out the number of available slots that we had to sell.
But it's likely we're gonna expand next year.
We're gonna try to.
Yes.
We're definitely gonna try to.